In this video, I am going to show you how to recognize handwritten digits using Keras. Basically, we will be building an artificial neural network to recognize the handwritten digits for MNIST datasets. Hello there, I am Shan and you are watching Tech for Trick. So let's get started. First, I'll give you a proper in-depth idea on how to build the entire network, and then we will build the model. In order to learn this tutorial, do not skip any part of this video. So in MNIST dataset, it has 70,000 of labeled images of handwritten digits, where 60,000 are used for training and 10,000 are used for testing. And it has 10 levels from 0 to 9, levels or classes. And each image is 28 by 28 pixel. So our task is to train the model with 60,000 of images and then test it with 10,000 of images. And this is how a single image look like. To recognize the handwritten digits, we will use these packages: NumPy, Matplotlib, and Keras. We need to follow these simple steps to build the network. First, we will import the packages. Then we will load and pre-process the data. And next, we will define the model. And after that, we have to compile and feed the model with training data. And then we will evaluate the model on the test data. It will tell us how well the model is performing on the test data. We will be using Google Colab, so no need to install any packages on your local machine. So first we are importing NumPy and sequential model from Keras. We are importing dense and flattened layer from Keras, and to visualize the data we are importing PyPlot. I will explain each and everything in the upcoming slides. So the packages are imported. Now it's time to load the dataset. The MNIST dataset is available in Keras. So you can import the dataset like this from keras.datasets import MNIST. And we are loading the dataset using this function. We are actually creating 4 lists. Training images and training levels will contain the 60,000 of training samples, and test images and test levels will contain the 10,000 of testing samples. Now it's time to pre-process the data. Data pre-processing is very much important in machine learning. Here the data is already pre-processed. The image value lies between 0 to 255. We just need to normalize it using Keras. And it will normalize the data from 0 to 1. Using these two simple lines, we will be able to normalize our training and test images. Now let's define the model. We are using a sequential model from Keras. Basically, it provides sequences of layers. So first, we are adding a flattened layer with an input shape of 28 by 28. Basically, it will take the 28 by 28 data and flatten that into one-dimensional array, which is going to process by the next layer. After that, we are adding 3 hidden layers, and these are the dense layers. Here, each neurons or each node are internally connected to each other. So in the first layer, it has 300 neurons, and in the second layer, it has 200 neurons and then 100 neurons. And we are specifying the activation functions to be rectified linear unit or ReLU. Basically, it tells us if the value is less than 0, make it 0. Using this way, we can actually neglect the negative values. And in the last output layer, there are 10 neurons. And this is not random. We have 10 classes from 0 to 9, and we are adding softmax activation function. If you don't know about activation functions, threshold value, don't worry. Please watch these videos to learn more about artificial neural network and activation functions. Now I am adding sparse categorical cross entropy loss and Adam optimizer to compile the model. Why categorical? If we have multiple classes to identify, then we have to use categorical cross entropy. And if we have one class to identify, then it will be binary cross entropy. Besides Adam optimizer, Keras also has others optimizers. To know more about it, visit Keras documentation. And we want to track the accuracy score while compiling the model. This single line will feed the model with training images and training levels. with 10 number of epochs. This line will evaluate the model on test images and test levels, and it will tell us how well the model has performed in the test data. Let's predict for the first 10 images from the test image datasets, and I got this output: 7210414959. Now it's time to code. Let's build the model. So here is the Python notebook for this code. Let's run this code. You will find this code on my GitHub, and I'll give a link in the description box below. So first we are importing the packages. So now let's import the packages. Packages are imported. Now let's define the dataset. As I said earlier, MNIST dataset is available on Keras, so we can just import the dataset from keras.datasets. And we are loading the dataset here. Let's run this code. So the data has been downloaded from this link. You can also download the dataset on your local machine. Now it's time to normalize the data. You can use reshape, you can divide the training images and test images with 255. You can do whatever you want. I find using this normalize from keras.utils is pretty much impressive and pretty easy. Let's run this code. Data has been normalized. Now it's time to build the model. So now let's build the model. Model has been built. Now let's compile the model with Adam Optimizer and sparse categorical cross entropy. And we want to track the accuracy score. Okay. So now let's run this code. Okay. Now it's time to fit the model. We have to fit the model with the training images and training levels. We want 10 epochs. So now let's run this program and the training will begin. So as you can see, after the first epoch we got 93% accuracy and it took 12 seconds. I'll save after the 10 epochs. So the training has been completed and we achieved 99% accuracy, which is pretty impressive. Now let's evaluate the model on test images and test levels. And we got 97% accuracy on test images, which is pretty good. Okay, now let's predict the first 10 images. This is basically the probability distribution. Now the NumPy comes to work. We have to use the argmax function from NumPy to view the levels, the predicted values. Okay, so let's run this code again. And as you can see, if we print this p, it will give the output as 72104149 and 59. These are the first 10 levels for the first 10 test images, and this is the predicted one. And let's print the actual levels. So p is the predicted one and this test levels is the actual levels from our test dataset. They are absolutely same because we have achieved the 99% accuracy. Here I am showing the first 10 images. You can play with these ranges. See. Okay. Now let's visualize the output. So for I in range 10, plot.im show test image I and CMAP is binary because this is the actual color of the dataset. And in the title, I have added original value and as well as the predicted value. So this is the test level is the original value and p is the predicted value. Now let's run this program. As you can see, the color is binary and here it is in the dataset it was 7 and we have predicted 7. We can actually disable the axis like this, plot.axis off like this. So this image is 7, we know. In the dataset it was labeled as 7 and our model has predicted it is 7. In the second image it is 2. In the dataset it was labeled as 2 and the model has predicted 2. We have built a model to identify the handwritten digits using an artificial neural network. I hope I was able to teach you how you can build a simple artificial neural network to identify handwritten digits. If you learned something, please like this video. If you don't, give it a dislike and please comment down how can I improve myself to make more great videos for you. That is for today. In the next video, we will see how to use convolutional neural network to identify images. And again, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, enjoy Keras.